Hello, everyone. This is John Galt speaking. Hang on a minute. I got my cords tangled up. I'm going to choke myself out. Hello, everyone. This is John Galt speaking. Here with a special live stream for you guys where I am going to give away to my community a free project. Don't cost a single nickel. And so I'm going to post a link in chat here where you guys might be able to find this thing. And I'll probably put it in the comment section too and pin it. So this is a folder on my Google Drive where I have some projects that I have gave away in the past. And this is also where all the products that I sell on the Unreal Engine Marketplace, test versions of those projects are stored, right? See how it says test simple, capture the flag, teams and class select, and all that stuff. So I just uploaded this, and it's called Simple Steam Teams Current V415.zip. Okay, so this is a base project that we're going to talk about, and we're going to mess around with, and it's free. You guys can have it for free. It don't cost a single thing. Okay. However, having said that, if you find anything useful on my YouTube page in any video or any product that I've given away, I would really appreciate it if you guys would make a contribution to this YouTube page. And you can do that in several ways. Okay, and we're going to talk about that before we get started here. So if you go to my YouTube page, which obviously you have, you're here, you're watching this video. So we're going to go there. So I have a link here for my PayPal. Okay, so if you want to just make a straight up contribution to my YouTube page, you can click this button, and this is me. And you can send $1, $5, $3, $20, $1 million. I don't think you can technically send $1 million through PayPal. Okay. But, you know, I appreciate any contributions that you guys make. So that's one way that you can do it. Okay. Another way that you can do it is you can go click this link, which takes you to my Udemy page. Okay. And I have 2 courses on here that I sell to try to generate revenue to fund myself, making videos or making projects or answering questions people have via emails and that kind of stuff. So buy these if you haven't. Okay. Another way that you can help support me and this channel is by clicking this link, which takes you to my Unreal Engine Marketplace profile, where I have 4 products that I sell. Stupendous products, by the way. And you can find videos and information about those on these pages and also on my YouTube page. Okay. So with that out of the way, we are going to talk about it. So if you use the link that I just put in chat, and also if it's not in chat or you don't see it in chat, check the comment section after this video is over, and I'll try to make sure to put a link in there as well. Okay. So we're going to talk about it. So when you download it, you're going to get this as zip file right here. Okay. And it is a whopping 17.4 megabytes. Once you get this, you unzip this to your project directory. Okay, so if you right click and you say, I use this WinRAR, and I say extract files, it's going to ask you where. Okay, so I always put this in my documents, Unreal projects, and hit OK. And then it unzips. Okay, and if you go look in your documents, where you unzip it, there it is, right? It's the program, the project folder, and it's got this in it. Okay, so now that I've did that, we're going to go open the launcher, and we're going to go in here and we'll talk a little bit about this. Okay. So if I look in my library, you can see here it is. That's the project that I just extracted. And you're going to notice, now this live stream is titled Unreal Engine 5. So bear with me. We're going to talk about this, and then we're going to talk about how you would go about using this. What the hell is this, and why would I even want this piece of crap? You know, you're giving this away free, so obviously it's no good, or it wouldn't be free. And you're asking for contributions. So, is it free? Yes, you can get it for free. But once again, I would really appreciate contributions. Okay, I try to be generous to my community. I try to do as much free stuff as I possibly can. But at the end of the day, Mr. John Galt's got some bills to pay too. Okay, just like everybody else does. At least I'm not trying to sell you a t-shirt. Okay, or some survival food, or flashlights, or stickers, or hats. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, and it is in fact going to open in Unreal Engine 15.3. Now, let me go ahead and get it opened up here. Let me get me a drink too, by the way. I'm parched today. I've been talking a lot today, more than normal. I normally don't talk a lot. I'm pretty much a quiet guy. I live by myself. There ain't nobody here but me. And, you know, sometimes I talk to myself, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. So when it opens up, you're staring at this. Okay. And if we go into, click this button here, this is Unreal Engine 4, by the way. And I resize all this stuff. Here's what it is. Okay. So it's a simple project folder. And it's got an assets folder, a blueprints folder, characters folder, a maps folder, and a widgets folder. And it opens up to the main menu. So when you hit the play button here, you have your main menu. And you can go into single player. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is just a little single player area here. And literally, you're just this little purple dude that can run around and read the walls. Okay? And it tells you a little bit about what it is. You can press the tab button and it brings up the in-game menu, which there ain't much to it. You can resume, go back to the main menu, or quit. You can press the P key, which will bring up a player list. Actually, it won't bring up the player list in single player mode because there is no other player but you. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. You press the Z button and it will murder you. You turn yourself into a ragdoll and it will respawn you back at one of these spawn points here at random. It'll pick one of these at random. Okay. So that's pretty much all the single player mode does. You got mouse look. So you look around with your mouse. Everybody knows that. And you got WSAD movement. And you're just this little dude. Okay. So now we're going to go back and we're going to go the multiplayer route. Okay, so we're going to hit multiplayer here and we're going to hit host game, and you can change between test map 1 or 2. You hit this drop down and you can pick which map you want to be on. You can set the max players by hitting this drop down button up to 10. I've got it capped at 10. Okay, you got to remember this is a listen server, so you're not going to be doing 50 versus 50 multiplayer on this. Okay, and you can also set the match time with a drop down, and you got 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. And then once you get all those set, you hit this host game button. And then it pops a menu up, which allows you to pick a team. You can pick the red team, the blue team, or the lobby team. So let's start out by going into the lobby. So I'm going to click lobby, and voila, it spawns me in here as that purple dude again. Except this time around, we're actually on a multiplayer map, and we're stuck in this little lobby area here that we can't get out of. See? Can't jump out of it. You can't climb out of it. You can't get out of it. However, you're going to notice that you got a scoreboard that says blue and red, and you're going to notice you got a countdown timer that's counting down the time. And if you hit the tab button this time around, as the server, you have a little server admin menu here where you can change the map, or you can change the time limit and set a whole new time. Or alternately, you can leave the lobby and go on to the red team or the blue team. So I'm going to click the red team, and you'll see that it removed me out of the lobby. Okay. And I spawned over here on one of these red pads, and over there is the blue side. So if we mosey over to the blue side here, there's nobody here. There could be, but at this very moment, there's nobody here. And now if we come back and read our menu, hey. Now you can actually press the tab key. You got your menu and you got a little extra stuff that you can do that you can't do in the single player mode. Okay. And you can press the P key, and now you actually have a player's list. Okay. And you can press P again to toggle it on and off. The tab button, you can press tab over and over and it'll toggle it on and off. Okay. And then you still have the Z key, which you can murder yourself. And since I'm on the red team, it's going to respawn me back at one of these red spawn points at random. Alternately, I can hit the tab key and switch over to the blue team. It will murder me off of the red team, and I will spawn on the blue side at one of these random spawn points. Okay. And then beyond that, I can hit the tab key and hit the lobby and go back to where I started from. So it'll murder me off of whichever team I'm on. And voila, it respawned me back in Purpleville, which I can't get out of. Okay. And if you guys have watched any of my other videos, you know what the concept of this lobby is and why it's this way. Okay. All right. So now we're going to set this up for multiplayer. Okay. So we're going to go up here to the drop down button beside play, and we're going to go to advanced settings, and we're going to change this to 720 by 512. And we're going to uncheck always center window and then close this. Then we're going to hit that again, that drop down, and we're going to change it over to 2 players instead of 1. And we're going to say new editor window pi. And now we have 2 windows. This one here, read right here, it says this is client 1. And this one right here says this one is server. And we're going to go back into multiplayer. I'm going to host a game, and I'm going to leave all this default and host. And then I'm going to join the red team. Then I'm going to hit the Alt tab here. And this time we're going to hit multiplayer, except we're going to go to find games. And we're going to do a search here. And it will find this server that's being hosted on this side. And then we can click this and pick a team. So I'm going to pick the blue team, and voila, there I am on the blue team. And so we're going to come over here, and then we're going to take the red dude and come over here, and there you have it. Voila. Now I'm going to hit the tab button, and I'm going to put this guy on the blue team. I want you to notice before I do that, I'm going to hit resume here. See how the name above this player is red? See that? That means he's a bad guy. Not that he's on the red team, it means he's a bad guy. And when he looks at me, if you look in the right-hand screen, you're going to see my name's in red, and I am on the red team, but that ain't what that red above the head means. That means that's a bad guy, okay? So I'm going to hit tab, and I'm going to put him on the blue team, so it's going to murder him off the red team, and it will randomly respawn him at one of these spawn points for the blue side, and now you're going to notice that his name is in green. He ain't on the green team. That means he's a friendly, right? You guys see the concept there, how that works? And when he looks at me, he sees my tag is green. That means I'm a good guy. Don't shoot me. Okay? All right. Okay, and then we can both alternately go to the lobby, right? So I'll kill that guy off, put him in the lobby, and I'll kill that guy off and put him in the lobby. And now we're both in here in the purple area of death that we can't do anything except, you know, kind of look around and stare at each other. Okay? So that's what this little template is. It is a way that you can have Steam and Teams preset up. Right now, you'll notice these guys don't do anything. They don't capture the flag. They don't have any guns. They don't have any weapons. That's for you guys to build. The template is free, this, and you build what you want on this if you're building a team-based game, okay? Because it's all preset up. All right, so there is the explanation of what this is, sorta. Now we're going to finish the demonstration here, okay? So we're going to come up here and we're going to say File, and we're going to say Package Project, and we're going to package this for Windows 64-bit. I'm going to slap this on my desktop and hit go. And there is a video, see my rant stream from earlier today. There is a video that exists in my playlist about how to package and test any projects that I have. That means this one too. So you guys go watch that video because I'm not going really in depth on how to properly test this and, you know, exactly that. That's what that other video's for. But we'll go ahead and package this out real quick and I'll show you the final result of this. So pretend for a moment that you took this little template and you build a bunch of mechanics. You put guns on the character, you put health on the character, damage, you made it into capture the flag or capture and hold, whatever your little blueprint and heart desires, you did it. And you get it all done and then you do this. You package it, okay? So then after you get done doing that, you have this, okay? You have this folder here. And inside this folder is a standalone executable, meaning they don't have to even have Unreal Engine in order to run this. They just double click this and it will run it, okay? Now, watch that other video because I'm fixing to take this file right here called Steam App ID. I'm going to copy that here, and I'm going to go into that folder, this one that we packaged. I'm going to go into the name of the project, into the binaries, into the platform, which is Windows 64, and I'm going to paste that file right there, okay? Then what I'm going to do is open up my Steam overlay. So I'm going to run my Steam stuff here. And then we're going to close this down. We're going to go back in this folder and we're going to double click this executable right here. And when we do that, it's going to ask you to allow access and you better tell them yes. Then it's going to pop up here telling you that you're connected to Steam. And if you hit Shift and Tab, you can see that it'll bring up, you know, who's online, who ain't online, and all your Steam stuff, okay? And now when we host a multiplayer game, if we had to zip that folder up that we just went into to run this and send it to one of our buddies, and they follow the instructions in that video, they would be able to search for this server that I just hosted, and they would be able to find that server and connect to it. And then when they get connected to it, I'll be in here on whatever team I chose, and they'll be in here on whatever team they chose. And the name above the player's head will change to their actual Steam name. So mine happens to be I am John Galton. You guys noticed that before we did this, it only had the name of the computer, and then the last 5-digit number was different. When you're connected to Steam this way, it'll actually have the Steam player's name. Now, this server that I just hosted would be visible to them if they had this executable, and they could come in here and we could run around in here and do absolutely nothing except hit the Z key and kill ourselves and respawn and switch teams and go into this little lobby area, because I'm not building you guys this game. Okay? You have to finish this. Start here, understand how this works, add weapons, add bullets, add capture the flag, add this, add that, build your whole game. Import assets, construct maps, make open world, whatever the hell it is you want to do. Okay. And yeah, that's that. So I'm going to hit the tab key and we're going to hit quit game. And that is what this little free project is. Simple stuff. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go into my documents here. And I'm going to delete that as well. So now I have no project. None, zero, zilch, zip, nada. Okay, so we're going to re-extract the zip file again that you guys can download for free. So I'm going to go to WinRAR and say extract files, and I'm going to put it right back where I did in the beginning, right? So we're going to go in my documents, Unreal Projects, and we're going to hit OK. All right. So now I'm going to go back in here and we're going to talk about this a little bit more. So that's the deal. That's the project. Now, to my understanding and to my knowledge, this little simple template will work in 4.15, 4.16, 4.17, 4.18, 4.19, 4.20, 4.21, 4.22. I think it goes all the way up to 4.22 or 4.26, maybe. Okay. And then that is where Epic Games broke this project. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the Unreal Engine 5 part. So there is a video that I made earlier today, previous to this one, where I talked in depth about what they broke, how they broke it, why they ain't fixed it. Are they ever going to fix it? Probably not. Who the hell knows? But I discovered a way that I think you can do a workaround and make it work for Unreal Engine 4.2, 6.2, all the way up to the most current engine version now, which is 5.2. Okay. So we're going to assume that you guys watched that video. Okay. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what can we do with this project. Okay. So now we got this project. We listened to you rant and rave for hours on end, incessantly beating a dead horse. Yes, Epic Games breaks everything. They suck. Everybody knows that. What do we do with this? What the hell do we do with this? Well, if you're using Unreal Engine 4.15 all the way up to 4.26.2-ish, you can start building right on top of this. You can get a project that's got a bunch of maps in it, import it into this project, and instead of using the crappy default maps that I have, you can build stuff. You can build buildings and, you know, whatever the hell it is you want to do. It's your game. It's your world. You go. Okay? But what I really want to focus on is how do we go from here to Unreal Engine 5? Including the new mannequins. Right? Because I get asked questions all the time about how do you migrate this to that? How do you import this from that to this to that? How do you take 10 different projects, connect them all together, you know, and magically just make them all work, right? You buy 10 different asset packs off the Unreal Engine marketplace and you want to duct tape, bubble gum, and super glue them all together into one project, and you can go tell all your friends you made a game. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Now, I know some stuff and I know what it took to build this because I built it. Okay. So I know that in order to get this Steam stuff to even work in the first place, never mind Unreal Engine 5, all the way back here. Unreal Engine 4.15. I know that this project took some special secret stuff to get it to work. Okay, one of them being that you have to enable some plugins that are by default in the Unreal Engine, but you still got to enable them. I also know that there is an INI file that I had to go in there and add some extra stuff to in order to get that to work. And I also know that there was a bunch of scripting and logic that had to go into making the menu systems work. And I also know that there was a bunch of scripting and logic that was required in order to get the team stuff to work, to get the respawn stuff to work. Okay. So what am I trying to say here? Well, what I'm trying to say is before I would ever try to migrate this project into any other project, I would consider the opposite. I would say instead of taking this project and trying to go into another project, you should be bringing the other projects, right, into this project. Why? Because if you try to go the other way, you're going to have to figure out, okay, so does this other project have those Steam plugins enabled? Does it have the scripting required in the TXT or in the INI file? Is that in there? Because if it ain't going to work. Okay, obviously. And then also the respawn system, the teams, right? So if you're trying to take this project into another project that's already got a character that does shit, you're going to have to make a choice. You're either going to have to take everything that's inside this character and put it into the new character, or you're going to have to take all the crap out of that character and put it into this character. Either way, it's not an easy task. Okay. So every project that I build, whether it be this one that I'm giving to you guys for free or any of them on my Unreal Engine marketplace page for sale, or if it's in any of the tutorials I talk about, there are a lot of connected pieces that all have to work and talk together and play nice together in order to get an entire project to work. Okay. And that means game modes, game instances, player states, player controllers, game states, all kinds of stuff. Shit scattered everywhere. So this project is meant to be a core foundation to start from, as well as every other one that I sell. Meaning, you're not supposed to be taking my stuff and trying to put it into other stuff. You're supposed to be bringing other people's stuff and bringing it into my stuff. Okay? I'm that way. I don't want you putting my stuff in their stuff. I want you putting their stuff in my stuff. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Wow. Now that I actually think about what I just said, that's, you know, yeah, no, whatever. Okay, we're not going there today. Okay, so with that in mind, you know, let's see about getting this to go from, okay, fine, I get all that. How do we go from engine 4.15 to 5.0? Okay, so here's how we're going to do it. Let's pretend we're going to 5.2, but the very first version of Unreal Engine that's supported was 5.0.3. Now I know they had a 5.0, a 5.0.1, that kind of bullshit, but you can't even download those anymore. The lowest version of Unreal Engine 5 that you can get is a 5.0.3. So let's pretend for a moment that we want to go from here to the most current engine version. How do we do that? Well, since I know this has already got some secret stuff done to it, we need to upgrade this project, not make a new Unreal Engine 5 project and try to migrate this one into that one. That's not the way. Okay. So how do we upgrade a project from an older engine version to a newer one? Well, it's really actually pretty simple. You go into the project directory where that exists, In this case, it's in My Documents Unreal Projects right here. You take this executable file, right click, and you say, wait a minute, where did it go? Right click here and you say, show more options. And then when you do that, you're going to see right here where it says switch Unreal Engine version. Click that. Then it's going to pop this up and ask you, okay, where do you want to go? So you hit this drop down button and you'll see that it will list every single engine version that you have installed. So I have 4.15, which that's what it already is. I could go to 4.19 because I have that one installed. I could go to 5.0. I could go to 5.2, right? So in this case, we're going to go to Unreal Engine 5.0 and we're going to say, okay. And then when you open it, check out what happens here. Looky there. Looky there. It's opening in Unreal Engine 5.0.3. And when it gets done, there you are. Now, once you get it in Unreal Engine 5, the very first thing that I would do is make sure that everything still works. Okay? Before you go adding all kinds of other stuff, oh my God, it's in Unreal Engine 5. It's going to be awesome. Make sure that it works, right? So how do we do that? Well, we test basically what we tested a minute ago. We hit the play button here. Well, the menu come up. We go single player. Oh, wow. Wow, it's really slow. Well, welcome to Unreal Engine 5 and the very reason why I like the older engine versions. Okay? Oh, look there it is. And then we got an error here. It says landscape physical material needs to be rebuilt, which is not a big deal. That's just a map error. Okay? And then we'll check to see if our controls still work. So he can still run around, jump. You know, buttons work. Can we still murder ourselves and respawn? Yep, he's still ragdolled. And voila. So then we say, okay, this is good to go other than the stupid landscape physical material needs rebuilt, blah, 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 whatever the hell that is. Probably need to rebuild the lighting and all that shit for this one. And that would probably fix that. So then we escape here and we go check the multiplayer side. Let's see if that stuff still works. Right? So we, how the hell do we do that in Unreal Engine 5? We hit this little button here and we go into advanced settings and we change the viewport to 720 by 512 and always center that as already unchecked so we don't have to do that. Then we hit those little buttons again and we go to net mode and we say play as listen server. Okay. We hit those buttons again and we go from one player to DOS, Playos. And then we say new editor window Pi. And it says, are you sure you want to play an editor? The following blueprints have unresolved compile errors. And we click it, it's the player state. Do you see this? So if we click that, it will bring up where the problem is. Okay? And right here is the problem. So this variable here has been deprecated, meaning it doesn't exist anymore. So we delete it. And instead, we do right click and we say get player name, and they have a function. So they replaced that variable with instead a function. And we plug this into here. Then we recompile it and save it, and we try again. So we hit the play button. Oh, look at there. Look at there, look at there, look at there. So this is the client 1 on this side, and this is the server. See, says it right there. Says it right there. And we hit multiplayer, host game. I'm just going to leave everything default and hit go. We're going to join the red team, and voila, there we are. Of course, it's pissing and moaning about the physical material again, but nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. Nobody even likes physical materials. So we hit Alt Tab, we go to multiplayer, we hit find games, and we see if our little search works here. And it does, and we click it, and it crashed. Okay, so what the actual hell happened here? Well, we could read down through here and try to figure out what happened here. Assertion failed. Play in editor instance ID something 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 something. It blowed up. It sucked. Whatever the hell actually happened here, it didn't like it worth a damn. So at this point, we can say, okay, well, apparently this didn't work. And we can choose to send Epic Games a bug report and close down the project, or we can send them a bug report and restart it and try it again. Well, I say that submitting these bug reports is probably not going to get you anywhere. Okay. They're not going to say, hey, we got your bug report and, you know, here's the problem. They're not going to, they don't give a damn. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it one more time, right? And see if it'll work. And if not, we'll try to investigate a little bit further. So we're going to reopen this again. And we're going to, I don't know, did it keep all those settings? Looks like it did. So we're going to hit play again. There's client 1. There's that. We're going to hit multiplayer, host a game, host, red team, and then we're going to hit multiplayer, find games, and we're going to hit find games. And then we're going to try to join. And bam, crashed again. So, what the hell's broke? Well, who the hell knows, right? I don't have no idea. Actually, I do have an idea, but I don't remember exactly what I did to fix it. Okay, so we're going to try one more thing, which is, so we opened that in Unreal Engine 5. We're going to try to go to 5.2 and see if that issue still exists. Okay, because sometimes they fix stuff and sometimes they don't. So let's go to the most current engine version and see if it works. So how do we do that? Well, the same way we did the other, right? So we go back into our documents here. We right click the simple teams and we say show more options, switch Unreal Engine version. And this time we're going all the way to the most current version, which is 5.2. And then we reopen it again and pray, right? At this point right here, this is where you should start to pray and see if it works. And if it does, awesome. And if it don't, the problem is deeper. Okay. How much deeper? I fixed it in my marketplace stuff, but I don't remember exactly what it was that did it. I don't remember exactly. We might be able to sit here and dick around for a little while and figure it out, but you know, I don't want this live stream to be, you know, 8 hours long or whatever, but let's just pray that this is enough to fix it. Maybe it is. I don't know. And now you guys know why content creators have such a hell of a time. Think about this for a second. Every time they update the engine, they break stuff. Every time. And if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 projects that are built very similar, when they break it in one, they broke it in all 4, which then means I get to go as a content creator. I get to go dig around for hours on end trying to figure out what the hell they did. What did they break? How did they break it? Can I fix it? Is it something I can fix, or is it actually something the engine is broke that I can't fix? Then I have to submit a bug report, try to explain to them what's broke, how to reproduce it, and then wait for them to put out a bug fix. And that's exactly why you get Unreal Engine 5.2.1, 5.2.2, 5.2.3. And if you're lucky, when they come out with the bug fix, say 5.2.1, right? They don't break something completely different as they fix the one that you reported. Do you guys see the problem here? Obviously, you see the problem here. And everybody wonders why I don't upgrade engines. Do that a couple thousand times and see how you feel about it. It ain't that big of a deal when you're just farting around, making little one-off mechanics. But when you've got a project that touches game modes, player states, character blueprints, game instances, widgets, right? When you've got all that, you can see how big of a nightmare that quickly becomes. Everything might have worked fine in your character blueprint, but you're not using a player controller, and what they broke is in a player controller. Okay? It's complicated. Now, I don't know how long it's going to have to sit here and compile shaders, but yeah. So let me bring Chad over here while this is compiling shaders and see what you guys are saying. So, hello, Mr. Scott Lang. Hello, Oni. Scott Lang, I tried to send you the Thumper model. Did you get it? Yes, I got it. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yeah, that's kind of what that looks like. And hello, Oni. It's a Friday, right? There ain't gonna be nobody here. Everybody's out doing Friday things, whatever those things are. I'm a homebody. I'm a hermit. I don't go do Friday things. Technically, that's not true. I did go to the store this morning. So there's that. And, honestly, I don't know if we'll be able to get this to work. I remember this being an issue, and I don't remember exactly what it was that I did to fix it. So if this upgrade here does not fix it, we'll try to investigate a little bit deeper, but I'm not going to sit here all night trying to remember the week's worth of bug hunting I had to do in order to get this to work in the products that I sell. Remember, I'm giving you guys this one for free. Okay. If you want ones that actually already have all the bugs and the kinks worked out of them, you have to go to my marketplace page and either buy the simple capture the flag, the teams and class select, the FPS basic, or the TPS basic. Any one of those, and this issue is not an issue. It's still got the same kind of little menu, but it's got capture the flag with it. Like the simple capture the flag, literally, this is exactly the same project as that, with the difference being that it's got the capture the flag mechanic in it. Okay. The teams and class select is kind of a weird beast, but it still has this little menu in it. The multiplayer TPS basic, that is not a team-based game. Still got a little menu in it like this, but it's more of a co-op style game. The FPS basic is a team-based game, but it's first person, right? So if you guys want to forego all this content creator BS that we have to do in order to try to figure out what the hell broke, you're going to have to pay for that. In the meantime, you guys can use this in Unreal Engine 4 and everything's all hunky-dory. Also, do not forget, I do appreciate contributions and donations via PayPal. So if you guys like this and you're like, well, hell, you know, that guy was kind of nice to just give this to us for free. Let me go give him $5. What the hell? Or go buy one of my products, right? For $6. Whichever way. I appreciate it very much. Okay, so now we're going to check to see if these settings are still set up right. So, yes, we're playing as a listen server, 2 players, new editor windows, and we hit play. And let's see if it blows up again, right? Which it probably will. Multiplayer, host game, and go. How about now? All right, red team. There we go. Multiplayer, find games. And does it go? Don't die. Oh my God, look at that shit. Voila. So going to Unreal Engine 5.2, the most current engine, it seems like everything's good to go, right? We're not getting that same error that we was getting earlier. So if you're using this little free template, obviously, if you try to go into Unreal Engine 5, it's going to have a problem. I would wager to say that if you try to use Unreal Engine 5.1, you're probably still going to have a problem. However, if you upgrade it to the most current engine version, which is 5.2, everything seems to be hunky-dory so far, right? And we can hit the kill switch and see if the respawn works, but I'm pretty confident everything's good to go here. Yep, respawned. All is right with the world, I guess. So now the next part, we're not done testing yet, right? There's a lot of testing that goes into this stuff. So we got it to work in 5.2. Now let's package this and see if there's any other issues. So this time around, we have to go to platforms and we go to, where? I ain't got my glasses on. I can't see shit. We go to, wait, what the hell? Package settings, is this new? Right, did they just go ahead and add new shit here? Windows. Yeah, I guess we just do that. Windows is not listed as a supported platform for this project, so it may not run as expected. Well, maybe we have to do this, right? So let's go back here. Let's go to package settings and let's tell it that it does, right? So there should be something in here for supported platforms. Oh, look at that. We need to tick this box here that says Windows. And then we go platforms. And now you can see it's got Windows listed here. So we go to package project and go. Package it out on the desktop. Show output log if you want to watch if any errors come up, which there will be. We'll talk a little bit about them. Why do they have to change everything? Why? I'm as sick of updates on stuff as I am as ads on trying to watch TV. Trying to sell you some kind of pill. They spend 3 minutes telling you what the pill cures, and then they spend the next 15 minutes telling you how many different ways it'll kill you if you take it. Right? Oh, this eczema pill, and 98% of people, it cleared up their itchy skin in a few days. However, if you take this, don't take if you're allergic to it. It may cause your eyes to bleed. It may cause your leg to fall off. It causes cancer in lab rats, etc., etc. But your skin won't itch. Okay? Okay. So it says that our build package completed successfully. And yes, there's probably some things up here that it's not happy about. We could scroll till the cows come home. Right here, roundabout. We talked about this in my other rant video about they changed, I don't know, some stuff. I don't know. Anyway, let's close this down and let's go see if this works. So this time around, I'm not going to put this little text file in it. I'm going to open this. I still have my Steam running here. And we're going to open it. And we're going to allow access. And then my little Steam thing popped up here. And we're going to go to multiplayer, host game, and hit host game, and failed. Host game failed. So we hit Control-Alt-Delete, and we go to the task manager because it crashed. Basically, it said, piss off, we're not doing this. So I'm going to have to kill it manually. And then I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to go show you guys. Watch the video I did earlier today if you want a full in-depth explanation as to what in the actual hell happened here. But the TLDR version is Epic fucked some Steam stuff up. And I found a workaround. So we're going to go back into the project. And we're going to fix that right quick and repackage it. So let's go back in here. And we're going to go into the game instance. Okay, so in this folder right here, under system, there is a game instance which is prefixed with the GI. And we're going to go to where the host game is, which is right here, labeled for you guys. We're going to unhook on failure and success, and we're going to plug in this top one to the open level. Recompile it, save it, and then we're going to package it again. So we go to here, package project, back to the desktop, and we shall try this yet again. And this time it'll work and all be right with the world, and then you can start contemplating what else you want to add to this. For free, with donations greatly appreciated. Even this little project here, guys, you guys have no idea how long it took to figure all this stuff out and get it to work, right? So these projects may seem extremely simple to some of you guys, but you got to remember, going from ground zero and building this from scratch, trying to figure out how to even get it to work in the first place, that was no easy task. Just to get what you guys see here. Took me a couple months to get all figured out, polished up, and working. All right, so we still got our Steam running, and we're going to fire this thing up again. We're going to go to multiplayer, host game, and our little Steam thing's up, so that's good. And voila, it didn't give us a host game failed this time around, so we joined the red team. Here we are, we hit the P key. And there's my Steam name, so we are in fact connected to Steam. Okay? And if I had have zipped this folder up and sent it to someone, and they follow the rules in that video that I told you guys you should watch about how to package and test, then they would be able to do the search on their end, find this server, and join me, and we could both run around in here in Unreal Engine 5 and do nothing but jump around and, press the Z key to murder ourselves. You could play a game, right? Like you could try to get it to ragdoll yourself up over top of this building here, right? Let's see if we can do it. Nope, ain't gonna happen. So there you go. There's that. And then the respawn works. And if you want to test it without Steam, we can quit the game, turn Steam off, exit out of your Steam overlay, run this, multiplayer, host game, What the hell just happened? I think it just crashed again. Isn't that just wonderful? Let's try it again. Maybe it just didn't like the way I clicked it. Oh, look at that. It worked this time. Multiplayer, host game, join red team. There we are. P key. It's my computer name, right? Which it should be because we're not connected to Steam. Alt tab. I'm going to run another version of this. Multiplayer. Find games this time. It should find that server that's running. And there it is. We click it. We join. Maybe. Yep. We go to the blue team. There we are. There he is. His name tag is red, which means he's the bad guy. Alt tab. Alt tab with about 800 windows open. His tag is red. That means he's the bad guy. We hit the P key. It's showing me on the red team as my computer name. It's showing them on the blue team as my computer name with some random different numbers at the end. And there you have it. Voila. So that was quite a bit of difficulty to get this to actually work in Unreal Engine 5, but it does. The most current Unreal Engine 5. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit tab. Or not. Wait, what? What the hell just happened here? Uh-oh. Oh, I must have hit the tilde key. Oh, that's what happened. I hit the tilde. Hey, don't hit the tilde key, right? Because it'll fuck you up. So we're going to quit the game. Quit the game. I clicked it. Quit. And we're going to delete it. And I don't know. Is there anything else I want to cover? I guess I could like cover just a little bit more stuff. Like, okay, we'll cover one more little thing here, and then we're going to call this a wrap. Okay, so we got it to work in Unreal Engine 5.2. I want to replace the mannequin that's in here with the new mannequin. How do I do that? Well, let's create a default third-person template, and let's see if we can get it done, right? Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I don't know. But we'll try, okay? Let me get me a drink here. I'll try anything. I've tried everything. See my live stream from earlier today where we had a conversation about being a pretend game dev versus being a real one, okay? I fancy myself as a real one. So I haven't ever tried this, but we can try it, okay? So we're going to create a default third-person template simply because we want the new mannequin, not the old one. Now, there's plenty of other ways that you could probably do this, but we'll try it this way because why not? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to literally migrate this entire project, right? Like we could migrate it, or there's actually another way to do this. Let's do it the other way, right? Like, let's do it the other way. So let's forget this. Forget it. We're going to do it a different way. So instead of doing what we were fixing to do, we're just going to open the simple Steam Teams project that we upgraded to the most current engine version. We're just going to open it and add it this way and see if we can get it to work. Okay, so we already have all this stuff in here. It's in this folder. And so we're going to go to add, and we're going to say add feature or content pack. And we're literally going to add a third-person project to this project. Like so. And you can see that by doing that, it added all those folders that come in a default third-person template. Characters, level prototyping, and the third-person folder. See that? It added all that. All of our stuff from this template is in this folder. So what exactly are we trying to do here? Well, we're trying to change this character to the new one. Well, since this project already has a character blueprint, you would think, oh, well, we just put this as the character. No, because the character blueprint that comes in this free template that I'm giving you guys, you open it up, it's got lots of stuff happening in here. See this? Well, if you was to just try to use the character that comes in the third person template, which is this guy, you're going to notice in that character blueprint, there's a bunch of shit missing. So all we need is the mannequin and the animation blueprint. That's what we need. So how do we do that exactly? Well, we go into this template character blueprint here. We open this up. We go to the viewport. We select that mesh and we want to replace it with the new one, right? So we'll just say the Manny. And there he is, right? See that? And of course, his materials are a little jacked up. We'll address that in a minute. Now, he's using the old animations. So if we change the anim class here to that character's animation blueprint, the animation blueprint Manny, now you can see that it switches his animations as well. And if we compile that and save it, and we hit the play button, we go to multiplayer, host up a game, and we join the red team. Voila! Looky there. We got the new character. See that? We got his animations. Now, remind you, this character moves different. It does WASD, and anybody who's used the third-person template, you guys know that that character only goes forward. So we're missing some animations, but regardless of that, we do have the animations. See that? And we're that new character, which also means the IK that's on that character should also be working. I think I turned the collision off on those. So let's see, right? Let's open up a map. We'll just dick around with this for a little bit here. So in that template, if we open up the multiplayer test map 01, which is the one we start on, and then we go into the level prototyping bullshit that comes in that third person template, and we drag ourselves in like that ramp, and then we play. Let's see if the IK that's on that third person character actually does anything. Well, I guess not. Oh, yeah, there it is. See his leg pointing up? See it? So I guess it does work. Maybe we need to let's do something else here. Let's poke this down in the ground a little bit and maybe rotate it some. Try that again. I'm pretty sure the IK is working though. Hell, I don't know. I didn't build that. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, there it is. So see there, he's got his little foot IK that everybody gets so up in arms about works. Now, if you don't want the WASD, we can actually fix that too right quick. So if we go into the character blueprint in this project here, and we do this, we say, let's see, what exactly is it different? There's something called orient rotation to movement. Orient rotation to movement. That needs to be true. and compile that and save it. And let's see if that actually is what does it. So now, nope, he's still turning, right? See? So we do need orient rotation to movement to be true. But there's another one here. I think it's use character yaw something another. So we're just going to search for yaw. And I think it's use controller rotation yaw. I think maybe that needs to be false. Okay, so compile it and save it. And now let's go see if that's actually right. I don't know. I'm not the animation guy. Oh, look at that. So now when we move our mouse, instead of it moving him, he's actually panning around himself. So now the WASD still works, but he's always going to be running forward just like he does in that stupid default third-person template. See there? And you could pretend like he's got on a red shirt if he's on the red. And if we hit the tab button and go to blue, it'll change it to blue. So there's still some materials issues going on here. See? And we could actually even fix that too. We can make it where it turns the whole entire character, you know, a different color, or we could make it not turn him any color, right? So if we go back into that character blueprint, the one that's in this little free template I'm giving you guys, if we was to go into the construction script and unhook this, compile it and save it, there's probably another place that's actually happening. So if we go into the event graph, where would that be? That would be in the on-rep local teams, right? See this Dynamat body stuff here? So if we were to just hop over that, in other words, unhook it, compile it and save it, now it shouldn't change any of the colors, regardless of the team you're on. So there you go. Now he's, you know, whatever his default material is. And that you could do that, or you could modify it and make it actually turn the whole character the same as the other ones did. But usually when you're in a multiplayer game, team game, they make parts of the uniform turn red if you're on red and blue. You guys know how that works. And so you could do that kind of stuff. You could change that glowy bit to just be red or blue, depending on the team or whatever. But once again, this is not really a tutorial. This is just me showing you something that I'm going to let you guys have for free. And you guys can do with it what you wish. However, donations are appreciated. Okay, so that's about the end of it, right? So, and once again, that lighting rebuilt stuff, run console command, dump unbuilt lighting actors to see what's unbuilt, or alternately, you could just come up here and, you know, there is a build here, and you could say build lighting only. Let it run the lighting rebuild, allow access here, and it'll make that go away. You guys are smart enough to figure this stuff out. I'm not the map guy. I'm the mechanics guy. I'm not the UI guy. I'm not the animator. I'm not the particle creator. I'm the mechanics guy. You guys are going to have to hire somebody else to do all that shit. That ain't my job. All right, so now if we hit play, it shouldn't say anything about the map being jacked up, and it ain't. So there you go. Simple, easy fix. Now all you guys got to do is do what we did in this video, use this little template, and build the rest of your game. Right? Simple as that. Now, how do you do that? Well, one way that you could do that is to go to my Udemy page and buy those 2 courses. Even the one that's for Unreal Engine 4, all the stuff that we talk about and do in that project is relevant to Unreal Engine 5. It still works. Alternately, there is a new one that I posted that is in Unreal Engine 5 that shows you how to put a weapon on a character, put 2 guns on the character, switch in between them, make a master weapon blueprint, right? You guys could follow that and add that right on top of this template. Right on top of it. Other than that, that's how you have to learn. Or you can go try to find you some free tutorials and try to adapt it to this. Okay? All right. And that is all I'm going to cover in this video. So I hope you guys appreciate this free little template. I know you guys think it ain't a whole lot, but it's professional quality stuff, just so you guys know. This ain't some free jacked up tutorial that somebody in Bangladesh made, okay? This is made by a good old country boy that's been, you know, doing this for quite some time now. And it's tested, right? I've tested the crap out of my stuff. It's been through umpteen million different iterations, but, you know, it's good to go. So let me clean this up a little bit, and I will bring Chad over here and see what you guys got to say. So once again, the link's in there. Click that link up and come into this folder here. Feel free to test any of my stuff that you want to test. But that project is this one right here, specifically called Simple Steam Teams Current. And that is what we just did this whole entire video on. I'll also try to put that in the comment section and pin it. That way, if for some reason the chat's gone, it'll be there. So let me bring Chad over here. Let's see here. Hey, I'm going to send you $5. Is that $5? I think this time I have the PayPal fee. By the way, how was the half cup from last time? Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I mean, anything helps. You know, but guys, I just want to be perfectly honest and blunt with you guys here. I don't pull no punches and try to bullshit people. There's no money in this. If you don't work for a professional game studio, such as an Epic Games, an EA Games, or Riot Games, or whatever other game company there is, you don't make shit trying to do this as a freelancer or a subcontractor. You spend all the time in the world making videos trying to advertise your services. People run across your videos and they want to pay you $10 to show them 10 hours worth of work, right? You have people that want you to build their game for them for free, or they offer you, oh, well, I'll give you $100 if you'll build me this. And what they want built ends up taking about 2 or 3 weeks to build. You ask for donations via PayPal. People don't want to give you a nickel because why would they? Because everything is free. Well, I'm not paying you to do that when I can go over here and get it for free. And you know, guys, I've been doing this for a long time. And I know there's going to be people, sure as I'm sitting here, that are going to send me emails and say, well, what you need to do is create you a Patreon. I did that. Tried that already. And all that did was stir up a bunch of trouble. Because then what happened was, I'll just tell you guys the dilemma of that. So when you do Patreon, you either have to give everything away free on your Patreon, and then people can choose to voluntarily join your Patreon. But even if they don't, they still get the free stuff. Then you can try to say, okay, in order to get this content, you have to be a member of Patreon. Well, then everybody that wanted your stuff for free gets pissed, right? Then you can try to, okay, well, I'll put some stuff on Patreon and I'll put some stuff on YouTube for free. Well, then the people that pay on Patreon get pissed off because they're actually contributing to your cause by paying you money via Patreon. And they get pissed because somebody got something on YouTube for free that they think they shouldn't have got because they paid to get it. You guys see the problem? And then you have the people on YouTube that are trying to get everything for free. They get pissed off because they can't join Patreon, and what they wanted is on Patreon. So it was a big clusterfuck. So I did away with all of it. So now the way that I work is I hope people buy my stuff and help me advertise, right? If you see somebody looking for something, a tutorial or something like that, shoot them a link to my Udemy page. If you see somebody looking for a template or something like that, shoot them a link to my Unreal Engine page, right? And then beyond that, people who just out of the kindness of their heart find something on my YouTube page that was free, they're like, wow, I really appreciate that this person took the time to actually explain this, demonstrate this, show how to do this, or talk about this. I'm just going to just send him some money so he can go buy him a coffee or something. $5, $2, $10, whatever. And that's how I do this now. And so for all the people that have been asking me, and I get emails daily, guys, so I don't want you guys to think that I've completely abandoned everything. Regardless of whether I make any YouTube videos or not, I still have people that ask questions all the time about the courses that I have on Udemy, even if they haven't bought the course yet. Hey, I saw your course on Udemy and I was wondering if you cover this, or are you going to talk about this, or did you talk about that? I have to answer those emails. Also, people on my Unreal Engine page, they ask questions too. Sometimes it's customers saying, hey, I have this problem. Can you help me with that? And I do. Or they're asking, how do I change this or add this? And I try to answer those too. So even though I have not been making very many YouTube videos, I'm still really busy. There's a lot of people that ask questions, need technical support. I'm constantly all day answering emails, responding to emails. All that stuff don't pay anything, right? Especially if the person that's asking the questions hasn't bought the Udemy course yet, or hasn't bought any of my products. But if I don't answer those people, there's no chance they'll buy it, right? They'll think it's abandoned. So sometimes I spend a couple hours a day just trying to answer people's questions to try to coax them into buying something, whether it be my Udemy course or whether it be a project that I have for sale on the marketplace. Okay. Sometimes it works out good, and sometimes, they waste 2 or 3 hours of my day and don't buy shit. That happens too. That's part of it. And I knew that before I ever started doing any of this. So for all those that ask me why I don't do as much as I used to do, that's why. Regardless of how much effort I put into it, I'm never going to be YouTube famous. Never. How some of these people who just got started doing Unreal Engine stuff already have 50 or 100,000 subscribers is beyond me. I have no idea how they do that. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I've been running this YouTube page doing specifically this since I think 2015 is when I started this YouTube page. I've went from making videos 2 or 3 times a day to 2 or 3 times a week to 2 or 3 times a month. I've tried free stuff. I've tried donation only. I've tried Patreon. I've tried Udemy. I've tried Skillshare. I've tried everything under the sun. And regardless of how much effort I put into it, I've came to the realization that I'm never going to be YouTube famous, meaning I ain't never going to get a bunch of subscribers. Even if I did, the vast majority of them would still expect everything for free, right? I wouldn't get no compensation for it. And so that's why, guys. I mean, I hate to sound like a dick, and I hope I don't come off as one, but at the end of the day, sometimes things become a complete and utter total waste of time. I love Unreal Engine. I love making games. I love making mechanics. I love teaching people how to do things that are really complex. I try to break it down and simplify it as much as I can. But at the end of the day, I could do without it, right? Like I could do without wasting all this time doing this, trying to, make $10 a week. And I'm not joking when I say that. $10 in an entire week. So that's why. That's the answer. And so with that, maybe this will be the time that, things change, but I don't expect it to. I still don't plan on making 1 billion videos, but I do still respond to emails. I do still respond to people asking questions about my products, whether it be Udemy or the marketplace stuff. I do still occasionally make a video here and there about something that I'm into, something I'm contemplating doing, or whatever. And so any contributions you guys decide to make, whichever way it be, whether you just decide to send me something via PayPal just to say, hey, I appreciate you, or whether you decide to go to my Udemy page and buy one of my courses, or whether you go to the marketplace and buy something from there, or if you just come out and hang out and try to share my content with others that are interested, I appreciate everybody the same, okay? I'm not trying to center out people who contribute and people who don't. I appreciate all you guys. I've been at this for a long time. I have tried really hard to make this be something more than what it ever has been. But at the end of the day, it's my failure. Okay. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. I don't know what I do wrong versus what other people do right. I don't know. I don't get it. Okay. So with that, you guys take care. This is John Galt, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Use this free little template, make something of it, show me what you made, right? And we will see you guys in another video in another time. Have a good one.